Hello, and let's get started. Today I'm going to be working on one of the early text adventures that was made for the TRS-80 Model 1, later for the Model 3. Part number 26-1910, sold for $9.95 at release time. It was distributed on cassettes and is titled Haunted House. I want to warn you in advance that if this is a game you ever intend to play, it is vicious. It does not like the players. It has no saving system, and it gives you hardly any information, making trial and error the only way of often even determining which direction you need to go. The writing is pretty good, but the overall effect of the story, I think, is lackluster. I originally played this game ages ago, pretty much before any other computer game that was not on an Atari VCS, the 2600 system. There was one text adventure that I played before this. It was on a mainframe. Sadly, though, I entered into this one with no idea of what I was doing anymore, other than remembering that there were 2 floors and how to get into the house. The first thing that we need to do is load up the system. I have elected to stay with the Model 1, and as you can see, I am working with Level 2 Basic. There are different instructions for whether you're loading Level 1 or Level 2 Basic. As with the run-through that we did on Rocket 2, we are going to load up System, and it gives us this thing so that I can type in Haunt. It is now hopefully going to start loading. We wait. In the upper right-hand corner, there are our slow flashing asterisks. Anyway, the beginning of this game's story is really short, so I will just go ahead and read it while we are loading. Generations have passed since the McDaniel family mysteriously disappeared. It is said that a stranger came to visit on that cold autumn day many years ago, but no one knows for sure. Their house has been vacant for decades now. Its 2-story image is forlorn and looming, visible only from the narrow, winding road that has been distorted by vegetation from the surrounding forest. The stone wall that encompasses the house is discolored and broken from years of neglect, its iron gate rusty and worn by angry seasons. The windows are boarded. The house is quiet and contented, not accustomed to visitors. The wind is restless today, blowing fallen leaves in all directions. As you walk towards the entrance of the house, the wind grows distant and weak. Suddenly, the calm silence is broken by sounds from within the house. Do you have the courage to enter? As you can see, it did not take very long to load. That is because the game was broken into 2 parts, both of them 4K in size, because it was written originally to work on the TRS-80 Model 1 with Level 1 Basic. There's a lot of things in this game that I might skip, because I took the time to play through it and map everything out as usual. And instead of stumbling around wondering what we should be doing, I'm just going to work with my written script here. Perhaps if there's some interest at some later point, maybe I will start working games without a written script, or even blind. I think that would be kind of fun. Anyway, let us go ahead and start the game. Haunted House. You are at the outside of the house. There is a crumpled piece of paper on the ground. The front door is closed. So let's get the paper. And if you notice, it really has no idea what examine or look at the paper are. Look just gives me a redefinition of what is around me. Outside of the house, the front door is closed. So I'm just going to assume that I can read the paper. It says magic word pl. Or is that plug? Or is I have never known, but this was my early introduction to the magic word that got used in mini games later. If we say pl, we go inside. You materialize inside the door. You are at the foyer. Now there are probably different ways I could do this, but I feel like this is my best choice of actions that I am going to take. So we are going to go ahead and head east. You are at the living room. A knife is levitating in the middle of the room. There is a mysterious scroll on the ground. So let's get the knife. And then let's get the scroll. And let us see if there's anything on the scroll. It says there is escape from the second floor. So this tells me there is obviously a second floor and that there is an escape from there. So let's go east again, and we are at the dining room. So we go south, and this will lead us into the kitchen. There is a bucket of water on the floor. I have not found a use for the bucket of water, but I'm going to get it. Warning in advance, do not drink the water. It is poison, it will kill you. I do not know why I tried that. We are going to go south. A suit of armor here flees when it spots your knife. You are at the breakfast room. Without the knife, the suit of armor does not flee. Let's go east. You are at the servants' quarters. There is a cabinet on one wall. We now have what is going to be sort of a mini maze puzzle, and I'm just going to work through it because it's easier to just do them. So you go south, and then go north, and then go west, and let's open the cabinet. There is a key. You need the key. I do not know why it wants me to go south and then north and then west. It just takes us back to where we started. And then in order to get out of this room, we have to do another quick little jig or a maze. So we are going to go east, and then we will go south, and then we will go west. And we're back in the breakfast room. Next we want to go back to the kitchen, and from here continue to backtrack. So we will go north again, which puts us in the dining room. West is the living room. West again is the foyer. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it foyer or foyer? I do not know. Going to go west again, and this put us at the east end of a hall. Go north. You are at the green bedroom. There is a panel on the west wall. So let's go to the panel. You are at the secret passage. A rope is nearby. This is an important rope. You'll find out later. Then we go west, and we're at the blue bedroom. There's that panel on the east wall. Go south again, and we are at the west end of the hall. A locked door bars the way south. Now, normally, if we did not have the key, we would not be able to pass through, but we're just going to go south. You do not even have to unlock the lock with the key. You're at the master bedroom. A wall of raging fire blocks the way east. Now, at first, I spent a lot of time wandering around more and more trying to figure out what to do. And then I realized that whoever wrote this is just trying to be a jerk. Are you just going to walk right through that raging fire? Yes. Okay, you're at the library. There is a hole in the ceiling. Now, we have the rope. This is what the rope was for. It took a little while for me to figure out that you just need to drop the rope. Instantly, the rope unwinds and levitates to the hole in the ceiling. So let's climb the rope, and it goes and asks us to ready the cassette. According to the manual, it says when you have successfully completed the first part of the game, the screen will display Ready Cassette. At that time, make sure the play button is depressed on the recorder and press Enter to load the second part of the game. So let us see if that works. In the upper right-hand corner, we have the flashing, so we are good. I am just going to pause through this. And we are back and loaded. You drop everything you had to climb the rope. You reach the second floor. You are in a dimly lit room. There is a hole in the floor. There is a magic sword on the floor. So, let's get the sword. Read the sword because it's important to know that the inscription reads Ghost Killer. So let's go east. You are in a dimly lit room. There is a ghost here. So let us use our sword. Your magic sword enables you to kill the ghost. Let's go west. You're in a dimly lit room. There's a hole in the floor, back where we started on this floor. Let us go south. You're in a dimly lit room. There is a ghost here. Let's kill the ghost again. Your magic sword enables you to kill the ghost. So now let us go back the direction we came. Back to the dimly lit room with a hole in the floor, and we go west. You're in a dimly lit room. There is a ghost here. Your magic sword enables you to kill the ghost. Let's go west again, and again a dimly lit room with another ghost. The ghost is immune to your attack. So let us try moving south. The ghost will not let you pass. This ends up being another one of those convoluted things to do. Pretty much we need to go east and east so that we are back in the room with the hole in the floor. And then let us drop the sword. And then go west again, go west again, and there's the ghost in here. Instead of attempting to engage the ghost, we are going to go south. We're still in a dimly lit room with a ghost. Go north, back to where we started. Go west, and then south. You're in a dimly lit room. There is a rusty old sign laying on the ground. So let's get the sign and read the sign. The sign says there are 3 exits from this room. Only one is true. You must know, but not be burdened by, this clue. This is another trap. I tried going west, I tried going east, I tried going south, all 3 directions. North, of course, goes back to where you were with the ghost, so that is not the exit. And each time, I ended up getting killed. Just fall to your death. So, eventually, I figured out that he is trying to be cute, the author. And now it does not matter which direction you go. You walk through the door and you find yourself on a balcony. You climb down a tree and escape to safety. Congratulations, you made it. And that is pretty much how to play and work your way through Haunted House for the TRS-80 Model 1 and Model 3, played on a Model 1 with Level 2 Basic. I am not certain exactly which game I am going to do next, but I am leaning toward working on Bedlam. Maybe I will try Bedlam on both the Model 1 and the Coco. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, I'm always open to them. And if anyone has any requests of any games, I know currently I've been asked if I am willing to do Pyramid 2000, and that is on the list of things to do sometime in the near future. Anyway, thank you for joining me, all three of you. I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you enjoyed walking through this with me.